my last video, I was discussing how disappointed I was with American Express since they didn't award me my 175,000 bonus points for the American Express Surpass. And I had even considered possibly closing the Surpass and even talked about maybe closing all of my American Express cards. So that's going to include my Gold card, the American Express Everyday card, and I do have a business credit card, the Blue Business Cash. But I don't know, I wasn't really thinking about closing my business card, but at least 3 of my American Express cards. Well, in that video, I had got so many comments stating, well, if I close those cards, like I would be losing, I would ruin my relationship with American Express, and even I would, mess up my credit score. And so I was just like, wow, everybody has their own opinion. And of course, by me saying that, I don't necessarily, I kind of see it a little bit differently, but it got me to thinking, are we afraid to let go of credit cards? So on this channel, I do have a few videos where I have talked about Bank of America, not only closing one of my credit cards, but 2 of my credit cards. And even I have closed credit cards. I had closed the Chase Marriott Bonvoy credit card. And since I have 14 credit cards, and sometimes, it gets, am I making sure that I'm using all the cards? I have considered possibly closing a few. When I got those comments stating that, I would be losing, it's just like, on the one hand, it's really not a one-sided thing with credit cards. While we shouldn't be afraid to close credit cards, it also really makes me think, is the credit card game worth it? And it got me to thinking, we have to really make sure that we have a full understanding of the credit card game. That's going to include our credit score, our credit profile, budgeting, overall understanding of credit cards so that we can make the right decision for ourselves. And I would say for me, of course, if I was to close any of the credit cards, I would create a plan for closing those and not just do it in all one, just boom, close them all. I would make sure that I had a plan for it. But just because the, American Express didn't give me those points, I still have a choice on my side of what I want to do. And it's not that the credit card companies have all of the say so. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about that? Right now, the US is in $1.4 trillion in credit card debt. And it even makes me think of Dave Ramsey, because it's like, I have followed Dave Ramsey and I love the Dave Ramsey principles, but he'll say, especially with the credit card game, because everybody applies for credit cards for different reasons. But, for me, I'm going to apply because I like to get the points, cash back, for travel and things like that. But is it worth it? You see what I'm saying? Especially with Americans being in $1.4 trillion in credit card debt. On average, that's going to be between $3,000 and up to $10,000 in credit card debt. So you'll have to take a look and see where you stand with credit card debt. But I think, especially with us, like for myself, playing a credit card game, we really have to understand, because if we are getting credit cards for the perks and things like that, we have to make sure that we're not paying interest on credit cards, because if we're paying interest on credit cards and then we're getting the points, on the one hand, we're really breaking even. And to me, it almost makes it seem like the credit card game is not worth it. So you'll have to let me know, what do you think about that? And in my next video, we're going to really discuss more in depth, is the credit card game worth it? You let me know in the comments, and also let me know, are you afraid of closing credit cards? I don't think that it's a one-sided thing. If banks and credit card companies can close accounts, it's just like, why can't we close accounts? On the one hand, but we have to do it the right way. So that's going to be including understanding our credit profile, which includes our payment history, our credit card utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. And I think once we understand that, but then also couple it with budgeting and understanding how much money we have coming in compared to going out, then we really can play this credit card game the right way, so that we're winning, opposed to, I guess, the credit card companies too, because on the one hand, I'm not trying to pay no interest on no credit cards. So for me, I'm just using my credit card like a debit card, and I'm not paying interest on a credit card. And so probably for the last 6 or 7 years, I haven't paid interest, but I have paid my fair share of it. But going forward, I'm gonna make sure, especially if I'm getting the points and the cash back for travel and stuff like that, I don't want to pay interest on credit cards, especially as high as interest is on credit cards, like 26% or even higher. So it's important for us to understand that. But also, you'll have to check out Water Your Soil, because he did talk about, with the US being at $1.4 trillion in credit card debt. So he has a lot of information on his channel as well. And also check out John's channel, because he talks a lot about budgeting. And we're going to be doing a video pretty soon about Roth IRAs and high yield savings accounts as well. So I hope that this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you will be notified when new content drops. But also go over to my community tab, because I am going to have a poll on there saying, is a credit card game worth it? And that's what we're going to talk about in the next video. Well, I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. It's not a game.